Hi everyone, I'm Bubbles from Susan's family. Today, I'll share with you how to make a forward phone pouch, Cashman edition. For this electronic tutorial, you can visit it by searching website en.sussudiy.com. This bag consists of the main part, the garment, and the facial features, the hair, decorations, and the strap. Start by crocheting the main part, which consists of the arms, legs, body, and head. First, crochet the arms. There are two identical ones, both using the adjustable magic ring. Work in rounds around the ring P. The stitches used include X for X stitch single crochet, V for SC 2-in-1. Now, let's show. Take the working yarn in right color. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Make a beginning chain. Then crochet 6x stitch single crochets in the ring. When completed, close the ring. Finish with a slip stitch join. Pull tight. This completes the first round. The side with the yarn tail is the wrong side. The other side is the right side. Next, crochet round 2. Make a beginning chain. Then work SC 2-in-1, which means making 2x stitch single crochets in the same stitch. Weave in the ends as you go. Continue working all the way down to complete this round. When finished, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. This completes the second round. The starting yarn tail has been worked in for one round and can be trimmed now. Next, crochet the third round. The stitch in parentheses indicates a group. Times a certain number means to repeat it how many times. Start with the first group. Crochet 3x stitch single crochets first. Then make a SC 2-in-1. This completes the group. Refer to the form to crochet the remaining groups. Complete with a slip stitch and pull tight. This completes the third round. Continue working down, referring to the form to crochet the remaining rounds. The meaning of the parentheses later on is the same as for the third round. Evenly rounds means one stitch to another. The stitch count after crocheting will be the same as the previous round. After finishing, leave a tail and fasten off the yarn. Then crochet another identical arm. Set aside after completing. That concludes the arms. Next, let's learn how to crochet the legs. There are also two identical legs. Both use the adjustable magic ring. Work in round along the ring. One of them leave a little tail and fasten off the yarn. The other, don't cut the yarn. Refer to the form to crochet the legs as well. After completing the legs, move on to crochet the body. Start by connecting the legs, then crochet in rounds upwards. The new stitch technique used is A for SC2 tog. Now, let's show. Continuing with the leg that wasn't cut, crochet 11 chains. Then take the leg that was fastened off. Begin crocheting from the first stitch. Follow the stitch pattern in the form. When you reach the chain stitch, pick up one strand of the chain stitch in order. Correspondingly make X stitch single crochets. After the chain stitches are completed, continue on the other leg. Crochet corresponding stitch techniques. After completing, you're back at the chain stitch position. Pick up the remaining 2 strands of the chain stitch. Correspondingly make X stitch single crochets. After completing, work a slip stitch into the first stitch. Tighten. This completes the first round. Refer to the form as you go down. Crochet all the way down to round 16. After completing the first 16 rounds, proceed to round 17. Start with 12 X stitch single crochets. For the next 2 stitches, take the arm and crochet it together. Align the right side of the arm with the right side of the body. Then insert hook into the first stitch of the arm. Come out from the wrong side. And insert into the corresponding stitch on the body. Crochet a X stitch single crochet together. Then from the last stitch of the arm, and the next stitch on the body, crochet a X stitch single crochet together. Weave in the ends. Continue following the form, crocheting the corresponding number of X stitch single crochets. As you go, weave in the ends. Then take out the other arm. Crochet it in the same manner, together with the body. Then refer to the form and complete the remaining stitch. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes round 17. Move on to round 18. Crochet 11x stitch single crochets first. Then crochet 1 SC2 tog. Let's take a look. One stitch has these two loops. The one closer to you is the front loop. The one farther away is the back loop. This stitch needs to pick up the front loop of next stitch from the body, and the front loop of the second stitch from the arm and crochet them together. Mindful to insert from the right side. After crocheting, continue by crocheting a X stitch single crochet in the next stitch on the arm, then crochet 4 chains. Followed by a X stitch single crochet in the 16th stitch on the arm. Then crochet a SC2 tog in the arm's 17th stitch, and next stitch from the body. Crochet the corresponding number of X stitch single crochets according to the form. At the position for the other arm, pick the front loop from the body and the one from the arm, and crochet a SC2 tog. Then crochet a X stitch single crochet in the next stitch on the arm, then crochet 4 chains. Crochet a X stitch single crochet in the 16th stitch on the arm. Continue to crochet all the remaining stitches. When done, join with a slip stitch and tighten. This completes round 18. Afterward, following the form, crochet all the remaining rounds for the body. For the last round of the body, except for the joining slip stitch, don't tighten any other slip stitches. Continue to crochet the body all the way down, following the form. Note, when you join with a slip stitch on the final round, pick up the front loop of the first stitch and crochet. After finishing, don't cut the yarn. This completes the body. After the body is completed, finally, crochet the head. Crochet in rounds up along the body. Now, let's show. Continue crocheting using the previous yarn tail. This round requires picking up the front loops and crochet. For the slip stitch, pick up the front loop of the V-shaped loop and crochet. Refer to the form to complete this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch and tighten. Normally pick up stitches and slip stitch. This completes the first round. Now follow the form to crochet all the way through to round 20. After completing the first 20 rounds, proceed to crochet the 21st round. First carry the yarn to the 12th stitch. Enlarge the loop. Thread the yarn ball or fabric through the loop. Tighten. Then hook the yarn out at the 12th stitch. Loosen the carried yarn slightly. Continue following the form. When crocheting over the carried yarn, wrap it. After crocheting, join with a slip stitch and tighten. This completes the 21st round. Next, crochet the 22nd round. First, crochet according to the form. After the last SC2 tog is completed, crochet the corresponding number of chains indicated in the form. Leave the remaining stitches unworked. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch and tighten. This completes the 22nd round. For the 23rd round, crochet evenly. When you reach the chain stitch, pick up 1 or 2 threads of the chain stitch and crochet, finish with a slip stitch, then leave a little tail and fasten off the yarn. This completes the 23rd round. Next, crochet the 24th round. Using the yarn from before, join yarn at the corresponding stitch on the 23rd round. Then crochet according to the form. After crocheting, complete the remaining rounds as well. After completing all rounds, leave about 25 centimeters of yarn tail, fasten off the yarn, and close the opening. Now I'll demonstrate the closing method. Thread the reserved tail onto the needle. Then, press the last round flat. Sew the opposite stitches together. Finally, tie off the tail and weave in it. The head is now completed. Next, sew the zipper onto the opening of the head. You can determine which end the zipper head should be on based on your preference. To sew, you can turn the main part inside out. Then align the right side of the zipper with the opening. After sewing, trim off any excess, or you can leave it inside the bag. If it's difficult to turn, you can also sew on the right side. Place the zipper inside the opening. Then pick up strands from the fabric surface and sew them to the zipper. Here's how to sew on the zipper. First, learn the method. Then, start sewing. Position the zipper centered. Sew along the opening position. Cut a yarn tail about 1 meter long. Thread the needle. Fold it in half. Tie a knot at the end. Sew a little below the elements. Secure the tail on the wrong side of the fabric first. While sewing, don't let the stitches show on the right side. Pick up the surface thread and sew. You can sew a bit closer to make it more attractive. I have a larger gap here. When you're done, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. For a more secure seam, you can go back and sew again. While sewing, follow the raised edge of the zipper. I won't sew here. That completes one side. Next, sew the other side. Sew and test by pulling gently as you go. When finished, secure this area. Secure it multiple times. Then, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. The zipper is now sewn on. Up to this point, we've covered the main part entirely. Let's move on to making the garment, which consists of a top and a dress. We'll start with the top. It includes the sleeves, the front and back pieces, and the neckline edging. First, let's crochet the sleeves. There are two identical ones. Both use the method of foundation chain. Work back and forth along the foundation chain. Now, let's show. Start by chaining the corresponding number. Then circle the chain stitches. Join with a slip stitch into the first chain stitch's back bump. Next, crochet the first round. Refer to the form and pick up the back bump to crochet. Weave in the ends as you go. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. That completes the first round. Now, everyone, follow the form to crochet the second row. After crocheting the second row, next, crochet the third row. Begin with a chain, then turn your work. K indicates skip one stitch. Skip one stitch, unroped. Start with next stitch to crochet the corresponding number of X stitch single crochets. After crocheting, skip 1 stitch again. Crochet another X stitch single crochet. Do not crochet in the position of the slip stitch. This completes the 3rd row. Following the form, crochet the remaining rows for the sleeve. Leave a yarn tail of about 30 centimeters after crocheting. Then crochet an identical sleeve. That concludes the sleeves. Next, crochet the front and back pieces. We will start with the foundation chain. Work back and forth along the foundation chain. Now, let's show. First, chain the corresponding number. To complete, crochet the first row. Start in second chain from the hook. Pick up the back loop and crochet the stitch pattern as indicated in the form. After crocheting, the first row is done. Following the form, crochet the front and back pieces. After crocheting, leave a yarn tail of about 20 centimeters and fasten off the yarn. That concludes the front and back pieces. After completing both the front and back pieces, sew the sleeves onto the front and back pieces. Place the last row of both front and back pieces downward, and the right side of the last row. Is the right side of the top? Sew the sleeves onto the armhole positions. I'll demonstrate the method below. First, learn the method, then sew them together. Sew the sides of the front and back pieces together. Thread the reserved yarn tail through the needle. Then pick up 1 or 2 strands on the edge to sew. After sewing, tie off the yarn tail inside the top and weave in it. Then sew the other side using the reserved yarn as well. Now, sew it up yourselves. After sewing the front and back pieces together, sew the sleeves to the armhole positions. First, thread the reserved yarn tail through the needle. Start by sewing the last few rows of the sleeve side to the side of the top. Adjust as you sew. The skipped stitches on the first round of the sleeve are sewn to the area below the armhole. Sew the other side in the same way. After sewing, tie off the yarn tail inside the top and weave in it. One sleeve is now sewn. Sew the other sleeve using the same method. Next, let's crochet the neckline edging. Here I'll use a sample for demonstration. The sample is not for reference, it's just to demonstrate the technique. Join yarn at the same placement as the third X, stitch single crochet made on the back piece. Pick up the other two strands of the chain. Then follow the form to crochet the stitch pattern. For the SC2 tog, pick up the stitch off the back piece and the front loop of sleeve to crochet. For the SC2 tog here, pick up the front loop of the sleeve, and the stitch of front piece and crochet. Follow the form and complete this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch and pull tight. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. The neckline edging is now completed. Once everything is done, put the top over the main part. And that completes the top. Next, let's make the dress. It consists of the front and back pieces, the skirt body, the straps and the heart decoration. Start by crocheting the front and back pieces. Both use the foundation chain. Work back and forth along the foundation chain. Now, let's show. First, chain the corresponding number. Then start in second back bump from the hook. Let's take a look. On the wrong side of the chain, there are these horizontal bars. This is the back bump of the chain stitch. Crochet according to the stitch pattern in the form. After finishing, the first row is completed. Next, follow the form to crochet the remaining rows. After the final 5 chains are done, then crochet one more chain to secure. Then break the yarn. Next, crochet another using the same method. After finishing, don't cut the yarn. That concludes the instructions for the front and back pieces. Now let's crochet the dress body. Work along the front and back pieces. The new stitches used are the F for double crochet and the FB for DC 2-in-1. Now, let's show. Take out the piece where you just broke the yarn. Place the last row with the right side facing you. Then crochet along the stitches. When you reach the chain stitch position, pick up 1 or 2 threads of the chain to crochet. After that, crochet along the stitches of the previous piece. Similarly, when you encounter the chain stitch later, Pick up 1 or 2 threads of the chain to crochet. Continue and work this round completely. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is now completed. Following the form, continue all the way down to round 10. After the first 10 rounds are done, proceed to crochet round 11. Here, I'll demonstrate using a sample. Start by making 3 beginning chains. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet, then work a DC2 in 1. That means working 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Then work 1 double crochet. Then work another DC2 in 1. Work 1 more double crochet. After that, crochet the group in parentheses according to the form. Then complete the remaining groups. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the top 2 strands of the beginning chain's third chain. Pull tight. That completes round 11. Now, refer to the form. Crochet round 12. After finishing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in the ends. That completes the skirt body. Next, we'll crochet the straps. There are 2 identical straps. Crochet first, then sew them onto both sides of the pants top. Now, let's show. Start by chaining the corresponding number. I have fewer stitches for my sample. Then, start in second back bump from the hook. Crocheting double crochets. Work all the way across this row. After finishing, leave a yarn tail of about 20 centimeters, then fasten off. One strap is now completed. Next, crochet another strap using the same method. After both straps are crocheted, sew them onto the corresponding positions. First, weave in the ends on the wrong side. Thread the reserved tail onto the needle. When sewing, the right side of the strap faces outwards. Sew it onto the front and back pieces of the skirt. There's no specific sewing technique required, just make sure it's securely done. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Then, take another piece of yarn, and sew the other end as well. While sewing, attach the button securely. After sewing, tie a knot on the wrong side, and weave in the ends. One side is now sewn, sew the other side as well. The straps are now completed. Next, let's learn how to crochet the heart decoration. Use the adjustable magic ring. Crochet around the ring. The new stitches used include the T for half double crochet and Ch1 picket. Now, let's show. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Then crochet the first row. First, work 3 chains. Then, crochet 3 double crochets into the ring. Crochet 3 half double crochets. Work 1 chain. Crochet 3 half double crochets. Three double crochets. Three chains. Then finish with a slip stitch. Then close the ring. Leave about 30 centimeters of yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Weave in the ends further. That completes the first row. Now crochet the second row. Take the corresponding color yarn. Start in the first chain of the initial 3 chains. Pick up 1 to 2 strands to join the yarn. Then pick up 1-2 strands in the next chain. Make a slip stitch. Then make a Ch1 picket. First, chain 1. Then pick up the front loop of the slip stitch, and make a slip stitch. One Ch1 picket is now completed. Continue by making a slip stitch in the next chain. Then make a Ch1 picket. After that, continue along the stitches with 1 slip stitch. And a Ch1 picket. When you come to a chain space, make a slip stitch in the chain space. After that, you'll reach the last 3 chains. Work these in the same manner. Once done, make a slip stitch at the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the ends on the wrong side. That completes one heart decoration. Next, glue a coin symbol to the right side of the piece. That completes the heart decoration. Now follow the same method and make another one. Next, sew the heart decoration below the straps. Sew it onto the side with the button. When sewing, angle slightly to the sides. Now, let's demonstrate. Thread the reserved yarn tail through the needle. Place the decoration in the corresponding position. Note that I'm using a sample for this demonstration. The dress piece is shorter. I'll just demonstrate the sewing method. Pick up the surface strands on the wrong side of the fabric piece and sew through them. Sew around this entire round. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends. That completes the decoration sewing. Follow the same method. Sew the other decoration as well. That concludes the heart decoration. Finally, put the dress over the main piece. That completes the dress.